Our globe will be a very different place by 2050. Artificial intelligence will be ubiquitous by 2050. AI-powered businesses will allow you to buy things without the need for cashiers or long queues. AI will be used to diagnose and treat people, to manage transportation, and to analyze huge amounts of data. AI chatbots and speech recognition systems will sound and behave just like humans. AI will be included into robots. Robot dogs and other pets will be available as companions by 2050. Robots will take over manufacturing and start working as teachers, cooks, chemists, police officers, athletes, and other professionals. By 2050, universal translators will have eliminated all language barriers, and voice recognition will be commonplace. Hundreds of sensors will be put in our clothes, houses, and general surroundings to monitor and enhance our well-being. Computing will evolve. We may be using quantum computers by 2050. Based on quantum physics principles, quantum computers might provide enormous increases in processing capability, outperforming any present transistor-based device. AI and computers will merge with humans. Elon Musk's Neuralink brain chip will cure neurological ailments such as Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, spinal cord injuries, and blindness. These brain chips will allow humans to operate computers and prostheses with no physical connection. We may be manipulating objects with our minds and conversing via brain waves by 2050. Robotic prostheses may be stronger and more advanced than biological ones by 2050. During blindness and deafness, prosthetic eyes and ears will join the market. And, like AI, virtual reality will be ubiquitous in 30 years. Consumers will experiment on clothing in virtual reality wardrobes, and holograms will revolutionize FaceTime. VR platforms will enable you to move around while remaining stationary. We shall be able to explore the world and see life on distant planets from the comfort of our own homes. 320,000 new electric cars were registered worldwide in 2014. In 2019, the figure was 2.3 million. Global EV sales are expected to exceed 10 million by 2025. By 2050, the majority of cars will be electric. Petroleum stations will disappear and be replaced by at-home charging stations, refilling automobiles in as low as 10 minutes. Vehicles will eventually be autonomous. Tesla vehicles now offer autopilot functions that achieve Level 2 automation, according to the Society of Automotive Engineers Vehicle Automation Ranking. Google, for example, has invested billions of dollars in self-driving technology. Fully autonomous Level 5 cars are predicted to reach customers in the late to mid-2020s and become mainstream in the 2030s. People will be getting into automobiles without steering wheels by 2050. Hundreds of self-driving vans and semi-trucks will move across the country, delivering goods and supplies without the need for human intervention. Drones will accomplish the same thing across shorter distances. Swarms of drones will carry tiny products from floating or vertical warehouses by 2050. There will also be drones for monitoring and security, as well as construction, entertainment, and agriculture. Electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, or EVTOLs, will offer urban transportation. There are now multiple operational EVTOL aircraft prototypes. The urban market for them is huge, and studies have showed that the technology has the potential to be extremely profitable. Uber, which hopes to make aerial ride-sharing a reality, is one of the businesses working on EVTOLs. There's also the Airbus pop-up idea, which is similar to a drone. If Uber, Airbus, and other corporations succeed, the technology might become widely used. Cities will most likely have air taxis everywhere by 2050. Nevertheless, this may not work. According to Elon Musk, roadways must become 3D, which means flying automobiles or tunnels. Tunnels, he feels, are the answer. Elon Musk's tunneling firm is now excavating tiny, experimental tunnels beneath cities. Cities will have thousands of tunnels beneath them by 2050 if Musk can dramatically reduce drilling costs. Hyperloop, another of Musk's inventions, will transform long-distance and transportation. The Hyperloop concept for vacuum maglev high-speed trains might reach speeds of up to 700 miles per hour. A 43-minute flight from Los Angeles to San Francisco would be faster than a 6-hour vehicle travel. Hyperloop systems will almost probably be built by 2050. and replacing aircraft may become the most common mode of long-distance domestic transport. Yet, airplanes will continue to dominate intercontinental travel. Electric airliners might take to the sky if batteries improve. Nevertheless, numerous businesses are striving to revive supersonic aircraft. They are not airliners, but rather small-scale jets designed to carry 10 to 100 passengers. We might have Concorde-like, but safer, supersonic aircraft flying over the skies by 2050. Alternatively, instead of aircraft, how about flying about in rockets? Elon Musk intends to utilize his Starship to transport people all around the planet in the near future. Musk's Starship could take you from New York to London in under 29 minutes. Our energy system is changing. Solar energy has become increasingly affordable during the last decade. Solar equipment prices have reduced by 89% since 2010 due to economies of scale and improved technology. Wind energy has also become less expensive. Because of these reductions, new solar and wind investments are often less expensive than natural gas and coal projects. But renewables have one fundamental challenge: energy storage. Renewables require a mechanism to store extra energy from windy and bright days for gloomy and calm days in utility-scale systems. Researchers are working on novel techniques for storing vast quantities of energy to assist with this. Such examples include storing energy in materials as heat, compressing air, or converting air to a liquid. Although it remains to be seen which way is the most effective, these technologies will almost probably be used for large-scale utility in the future. Renewables are predicted to generate roughly half of all global power by 2050, but it isn't all. Fusion power will become more prevalent as solar and wind energy become more dominant in the energy industry. Fusion power is currently totally hypothetical. Nonetheless, 35 countries are working together on ITER, a $20 billion project in France that will explore the viability of fusion power generation. ITER will function by generating fusion-powered plasma within an experimental machine. The machine's walls will collect the energy and use it to make steam, which will be used to generate power via turbines. The first plasma from ITER is scheduled for December 2025. By 2050, we may have fully operational fusion power plants that are more efficient than any other power source in history. NASA's Artemis mission aims to re-establish human presence on the Moon by 2024. Landers for the project are being developed by SpaceX, Dynetics, and Blue Origin. NASA hopes to send humans to Mars in the 2030s, after the Moon. SpaceX's ambitions are far higher. They're working on the Starship, a rocket that they think will transport humans to Mars by 2024. SpaceX intends to construct a permanent colony once they arrive. Elon Musk hopes to establish a Martian metropolis with a population of 1 million people by 2050. Starlink, a network of thousands of satellites that will deliver the world's most sophisticated broadband internet infrastructure, is also being developed by SpaceX. Other space businesses competing for space include Blue Origin, Boeing, Lockheed Martin, and Virgin Galactic. We might have a permanent colony on the Moon, space hotels in orbit, and humans on Mars in 30 years. Livestock accounts for 15% of human greenhouse gas emissions and occupies 26% of the Earth's land surface. To feed our expanding population while reducing emissions, we must abandon meat. Meat substitutes can help with this. Beyond Meat and Impossible Foods have acquired billions of pounds of meat, providing the rapidly expanding demand for meat substitutes. Moreover, plant-based diets in general are becoming more fashionable. There's also cultured meat. Cultured meat is meat created in vitro by cell culture. It saves animals from slaughter and emits very little pollution. By 2050, we will most likely have mass-produced in vitro T-bone steaks. To fulfill the rising need for meat production, we must build a new culture. Farms will migrate indoors, vertically, and into cities to boost the number of plants in the expanding population while avoiding the uncertainties of changing climate. The vertical farming industry is booming. By 2050, large-scale vertical farms will be found all over the world, feeding the world's rising population while utilizing relatively little land and water. Biotechnology will develop as our food intake changes. Stem cells will heal injuries and illnesses by using huge organs. Stem cells, which may be directed to become a wide range of different cells, will be employed in therapeutics. Ultimately, like brain chips, stem cell treatments might benefit patients with Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, but also those with type 1 diabetes, heart disease, burns, cancer, arthritis, and all sorts of other ailments. Gene editing is another type of biotechnology. Scientists may now erase strands of DNA that cause diseases and replace them with alternative ones using CRISPR-Cas9 technology. Using this technique, scientists aim to heal lifelong hereditary disorders in the future. We will use carbon removal technologies as we decarbonize the global economy. Carbon capture and storage will absorb carbon emissions at their source and transfer them underground, leaving the environment untouched. Carbon will be removed directly from the air and seas using advanced technology. Moreover, many minerals naturally react with carbon dioxide and may be used to transform carbon from a gas to a solid. It's unclear which of these tactics is the best, but we may expect to see them used widely in the future. It would be fantastic if you could like and subscribe if you appreciated this video. Remember to share your opinion in the comments. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.